It is time for Racing News 365's ranking of the pecking order going into the 2025 Formula One season and the season opening Australian Grand Prix. So, what myself, Nick Golding, Sam Absolutely Coop, and lead editor Ian Parks are going to do is state who we believe the 10th team to the first team are in the pecking order going into the new season. Obviously, majority vote rules, as I imagine we're going to have widely different opinions. You never know, maybe we'll all think the exact same, and this will just be a very quick 5-minute segment. Let's kick things off in 10th, and I think we can probably all agree, Stake F1. Yeah, I'm struggling.
No real changeover from last year. I can't see it, to be honest.
Stake. Okay, nice and easy. 9th, I think Racing Bulls.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam agrees. So that's 2-1. Well, that's 2 regardless. Ian?
Oh, Ian's about to throw a spanner.
No, it's they didn't really pull up any trees, did they, in testing?
They did not.
They were a really difficult team to.
They didn't plant any trees either.
With. No.
But also, watching the car looks very. It didn't look particularly compliant. It looks a bit of a
livery by a mile. So I hope they do improve, because I want it to have lots of air time, because I think it looks amazing. So okay, so Ian, who would you say then in 9th? Because you seem a bit skeptical.
No. I was just trying to. Yeah, okay. I agree. I agree with Racing.
Trying to make this a bit more.
So 10th Stake, 9th Racing Bulls. We're doing quite well. 8th, and this is where I think it could get interesting. Aston Martin for me.
Ooh.
I'm really not convinced.
I struggle to see how they've fallen that far, but
I
think I don't think 8th is on wholly unfair. If you'd given Aston 9th, I would have been like, let's set it on.
Okay, all right. So so who would you say?
Is tight.
Who would you say, Sam? Then who would you say for 8th?
For me, Haas.
Interesting. Okay, Ian.
I'm going to agree with you, Nick. I wasn't. I wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced by Aston Martin at all. I mean, it was a team that struggled over pretty much the entirety of last season. Finished 5th in the Constructors' Championship, but its total number of points was a catastrophic drop from the season before, when it was also 5th.
Yeah.
And I just think they've got more of their eyes set on 2026 than this season.
Yeah,
I think they know.
I agree.
Where that car was coming out of 25, really struggling with it. For me, yes, well, obviously going to try and do what they can with this 25 car. Then I think, as I say, they've got their sights set on 26, and I don't see them doing too much at all. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were lining up somewhere around the 13th, 14th, 15th position in Melbourne. And for me, they did look like the 8th team in Bahrain.
At least the positive for them is, obviously, we're recording this on Monday, the 3rd of March, and Adrian Newey has officially started Aston Martin. Yes. So congrats, Adrian. Enjoy your new job. He needs the luck, I think, of where Aston Martin currently are. So, okay, so Stake 10th, Racing Bulls 9th, Aston Martin 8th. Sorry, Sam, which I think 7th. For me, it's Haas then. That's where Haas slot in for me.
Yeah.
Sam?
I would have gone Aston in this slot.
Okay.
So I think, slightly different. We're all pretty much on the same page, or at least in the same chapter. So Haas.
Oh, yeah. Ian?
Yeah, hard to move away from that, in all honesty, because...
Painting a good picture here. Look at this.
We're not painting a bad picture, are we? But
it's amazing.
The only thing that we haven't covered for them, and we don't know, is it's one lap pace. Where does that car sit?
In fairness,
because they set 457 race laps.
It's not that we haven't covered it; it's that they haven't covered it. There was a massive hole in their run plan.
Got to be a reason, I guess. We'll find out. Okay, so this is going very, very well. 6th, Alpine for me. Is this where we're going to differ? Ian, I'll push you first. Who do you think 6th? Do you agree with me and Alpine?
Yes, I think so. Okay. Again, another really difficult team to thoroughly judge. But I think they came out of last season in a good position. I sensed a degree of optimism from them, speaking to various people over the course of the test. And I got a good sense that they feel they're in a good place with that car. Certainly, they are a million miles removed from where that car was 12 months ago in testing, which literally was nowhere or at the back of the grid. Comfortable 10th last year. Comfortable
heavy car.
This time around, they do look in a reasonable position. And I think they might, on occasion, surprise a few people. But at the moment, coming out of testing, I'd go, Alpine in that position.
Sam, you agreeing? Alpine in 6th?
I am agreeing.
Look at this. This is all too nice.
Williams have obviously taken a step, as have Alpine.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the best of Alpine was Pierre Gasly, as I mentioned, on those, what looks like low fuel runs.
Yeah.
So I think it maybe has inflated where they potentially are slightly. So I think, 6th, I think it's a fair read on them.
Which makes 5th quite easy because I'm assuming we're all in accordance. Williams. Yeah. Oh, Ian's?
Stop it. No way. You're not.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
this is outrageous.
All right, here we go. Where's Ian going? Feeling brave.
I can't help wonder just how poor Red Bull might be because, Max came out of the test and he wasn't particularly happy. He said there's work to do. Pierre Vacher, the technical director, as we touched on earlier in this podcast, said they are not the quickest car. And I'm just wondering how difficult is that car? Sam said he spotted handling characteristics. He could see during the televised coverage. And has it fallen down to 5th? If only for the fact that it didn't look that good compared to what I thought was a very solid looking Williams. So I'm going to be bold and I'm going to put Red Bull 5.
Okay,
which means Williams will be 4.
So it means it comes down to Sam because it's 1 vote for me for Williams in 5th. It's 1 vote for Red Bull for me in 5th. So Sam, it comes down to you.
I love a hot take like you wouldn't believe, but I just feel like that would be a real fall from grace. I'm going to have to go Williams in pursuit of where I think it is really accurately going to be.
Okay, so based on that, though, that then makes 4th in the pecking order in our overall vote. Quite simple, and Red Bull then for 4th at the moment. Yeah.
If you two are going Red Bull 4, me Williams,
I think
4,
so.
Also, well, to be fair, at the same time, of course, for those who are watching, or listening, of course, now I guess understand our personal views as well, not just our general. Ian's going very bold with Red Bull 5th and Williams.
I love
4.
it though. I absolutely,
I love it. This is what we're here for. This is the bold predictions.
It could be complete and utter nonsense, and they're going to blow that thought out of the water in Melbourne, and I'm just going to look like a complete idiot.
Okay.
The laps they were in testing, so that's okay. I'll
True. That was pretty impressive.
But again, Red Bull is are we judging Red Bull? Are we judging Max Verstappen in Red Bull, or are we judging Liam Lawson in Red Bull?
Max is going to win in Australia. We know it's going to happen.
Yeah, but you take my point that there's differences in some ways in where they kind of will end up.
All I'm going on is what we saw in testing, and it was a struggle in testing. They had their issues with the car and the quotes. That's all I can go on. In comparison to what I saw from what looked a very solid, well-handled car with the Williams.
Reliable.
And the positivity that you could sense was coming out of that team as well. So don't shoot me down, folks, all you Red Bull, Max Bull fans, Max Verstappen fans out there, which I know you will. You're going to put it in the comments. Oh, you don't know what you're on about. I'm just going on what I'm seeing. That's all.
But also,
everyone's opinion is entitled.
It's also not even. It's not that you're seeing it from afar. You were in the actual paddock as well. So it's an obviously informed opinion. But yeah, I'd go Red Bull 4th. I'm not sure if I believe Mercedes are clear of them, but yeah, we'll see.
Which brings us on to 3rd, and for me, I think 3rd is Mercedes. I'm not too sure where they are. They can maybe be 4th. Who knows? I think Mercedes.
They're not sure where they are.
I don't think that. Who knows?
I'm not sure anyone's
Who knows?
Sure
okay, so Mercedes, nice and easy in 3rd. 2nd, Ferrari. Then another again.
I think the top 3 is pretty easy, isn't it? McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes is if this.
Yep.
Fairly straightforward.
Sealed.
So yeah,
Ferrari 2, McLaren 1, and that is Racing News 365's pecking order looking ahead to the 2025 F1 season. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comment section below if you agree with our pecking order, if you disagree, and obviously what your pecking order is. Then it'd be lovely, as always, to get your
there's going to be loads
thoughts.
of people disagreeing with me and Red Bull, mate. That's for sure. So.
Let's keep it friendly.